call this meeting to order. And we're going to move down to section 2.1, changes to agenda and approval of agenda. And we did have one change on there, added item 4.1. This was workshop only visitors, Okaloosa Public Schools Foundation report as presented by Steve Horton, Deputy Superintendent. With that, I need a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Ms. Garner. Any other discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries 4-0. So section 3, we have no recognitions tonight, and as I just said in the change to the agenda, section 4 was visitors. Section 5 is administrative personnel appointments, and we have none tonight. And we are now down to section 6, public comment. 6.1, members of the public desiring to address the school board. Form MIS 5241, public input and or discussion of agenda items. And Mr. McInnes, we do have one blue card tonight, so if you would please, sir.
Yes, sir. If you're here to speak before the board tonight, you'll have 4 minutes to make your presentation, and we would ask that you direct your comments to the chairman, as this is a meeting of the school board. Any items that pertain to personnel matters are under the responsibility of the superintendent and are not routinely heard before the board, and visitors and speakers are asked to be in a respectful manner tonight and show civility in your presentation.
All right, thank you, Mr. McInnes. And with that, we do have one blue card, Mr. Chad Ellinger. Mr. Ellinger, if you would please come to the front, please state your name for the record, please.
Good morning, or good afternoon, members of the board. My name is Chad Ellinger, and I live at 708 Nutmeg Avenue. I'm here today in the hopes that you can resolve a problem that I'm having with regard to an incident that took place at Ruckle Middle School on 20 September 21. I've attempted to resolve the issue multiple times at lower levels and I had no luck in doing so. My 13-year-old child has been the victim of a sexually related crime on school property. He was accused of exchanging inappropriate photographs on his cell phone with another student. My child did not take or send any pictures on school property. The girl he exchanged photographs with maliciously distributed my child's photo to multiple other students at the school. While talking with another student, he made a comment that was reported as a possible threat. The comment was brought to the attention of the school administration and law enforcement was consulted. The school resource officer investigated and determined that there was no threat and is not charging my child with any crime. The school, however, is continuing to discipline my child as if he were a serious threat instead of the victim of a crime. The school has never offered for him to see one of their counselors or other mental health professionals in order to help him deal with what has happened. The school district has not held a due process hearing or provided an appeal process despite multiple requests. Currently, the perpetrator of a serious crime continues to attend school while my child, the victim, has been removed. The school has not properly followed protocols and there are blatant inaccuracies in the reports. The district has violated my child's civil rights by failing to contact me immediately upon suspecting a possible criminal act and instead proceeding to interrogate a minor for 2 hours and 35 minutes without proper representation by his parents or legal representative. I ask that you treat my child with the compassion that he deserves as the victim of a crime and correct the situation immediately. I request that you repeal his suspension, allow him to return to school immediately with all the privileges of a full-time student, and forgive all the classwork he has missed during his time out of school. In addition, I'm letting you know I've been added to the agenda for the school board meeting on the 8th of November. My initial request was on the 4th of October. I've been denied 2 straight school board meetings now. I've emailed every member of the board about this issue previously, and I'd like answers to the questions that I've submitted and actioned by the board on the 8th of November or earlier. Thank you for your time, and I'll take any questions you may have.
All right, thank you, sir.
I did, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if I missed. At the very beginning, did you say that your son did not take pictures or send pictures?
That is correct. The pictures were not taken at the school. He did not send them at the school. The only person that did was the young lady that sent his picture to multiple other people.
Okay, I thought I heard that, okay.
And have you spoken with members of the superintendent's staff?
Yes, ma'am, I have. I've spoken with the principal, the vice principal, the assistant superintendent, and Mr. Marcus Chambers as well.
And you did not get a response that you felt was accurate or appropriate?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you. Mary? If you can, my board docs is like,
Uh-oh.
kicked me out. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, so now we'll move down to Section 7, Committee and Staff Reports, and this was workshop only. And now we're to Section 8, Consent Agenda, and this is 8.1, Approval of the Consent Agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Ms. Gardner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Now we'll move all the way down to Section 9 there. And this is Superintendent's Human Resources Recommendations. 9.1 is information only. And 9.2 is cleared certification requirements and issuance of contracts for the 2021 through 2022 school year. I need a motion to approve, please.
I move it.
Ms. Vancheck makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Garner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. 9.3, out-of-field report for the 2021 through 2022 school year. Need a motion to approve, please.
Move it.
Ms. Carter makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Vancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. 9.4, employment separations. I need a motion to approve.
Move it.
Ms. Carter makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Vancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries 4-0. 9.5, personnel recommendations. I need a motion to approve, please.
I move it.
A motion by Ms. Vancheck. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Dr. White. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. 9.6, employee transfers. Need a motion to approve, please.
I move it.
Ms. Vancheck makes a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Garner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. 9.7, employee suspension. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Ms. Vancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And the motion carries 4-0. 9.8, leave without pay. I need a motion to approve, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Vancheck makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Ms. Garner. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. And finally, 9.9, reinstatement, reimbursement of sick leave due to line of duty, illness, injury, and medical examination. I need a motion to approve.
I move it. Oh, sorry.
Ms. Vancheck, I give you the motion, and Dr. White, I'll give you the second. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item 10 is discussion agenda. We had no items that were moved from the consent agenda. Item 11 is construction program owners representatives business, and 11.1. Dr. Kelly is not here tonight. Mr. Horton, I didn't know if you wanted to say a few words. We're good? Okay, we do have one item to vote on tonight, and that's 11.2, Titan Technologies Capital Outlay Program 6, Shared Savings Task Orders number 1, 3, and 8, Partial Shared Savings Task Order number 2, and Closeout Time and Materials Task Order number 5. And I need a motion to approve this, please.
I'll move it.
Ms. Gardner makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Vancheck. Any discussion? Hear none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Section 12 is Information Technology Seat Management Contract. We have no business there. And 13, Attorney's Business. Mr. McInnes, I'll turn it over to you, sir.
One item, Mr. Chairman, I provided you a proposed engagement for legal services for Attorney Franklin Harrison with Hand Arundel Harrison and Sale Law Firm. This will be to provide representation for the district in a couple of different real estate matters to provide conflict counsel representation, and we would ask that the board approve and authorize that.
Okay, with that, I need a motion to approve.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Second, Ms. Garner. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. So, Mr. Chambers, we're going to go to your business, but I have to remind you at 6:15, we do have a couple of public hearing items, so I'll turn it over to you, section 14.2. So,
All right, thank you, Mr. Bryant and School Board. I will be brief. As you know, on Thursday, we gave a number of information on the different departments and things that are going on in the school district. I will say I'd like to thank Mr. Horton and Ms. Burns for giving an excellent update on the Okaloosa Public Schools Foundation. I think that is a program that we're all extremely proud of. Also, on the curriculum side, we discussed that the curriculum department is now going out and visiting schools as part of the school performance plan process, and to see the great things that are occurring in the classrooms with our teachers and our paraprofessionals and others. And also that we're looking at starting our plan of care tutoring, but getting a little bit more creative in the way that we're administering it, not only doing it before school, after school, but also doing it during the school day. Then we also discussed our ESSER 3 update, and that's a topic that I know that we are all very interested in. We discussed the different categories, the 7 different categories, and the type of initiatives that we're looking at doing in each of those categories. So I just appreciate the opportunity to be able to share that. Also talked a little bit about COVID. Our numbers are coming down and are continuing to come down, which I know that we're still very grateful for, and the fact that we still do have a testing site here at the Central Complex for those individuals who do need it. On the enrollment side, we shared that we're about 500 students down on enrollment, but our Okaloosa Online numbers are also up by about 300 or so students, so we're still going through that process. On the capital side, just again, we're very excited about making progress, whether it be the single point of entry, whether it be the cafetoriums that we're starting the process with, the additions of certain additions to schools, as well as the multi-purpose facilities. So a lot is going to be happening as we get into the second semester, probably the February timeframe. But in terms of single point of entry, we are several years ahead of schedule, so excited about that. And then lastly, we talked about the parent survey that will be underway and that will continue through approximately the spring break timeline. So that's a quick snippet of the lengthier version of what occurred on Thursday.
all right. Any questions for the superintendent? All right, so we are 1 minute away from doing public hearings, so before we get into our next item, I'm just going to wait till we get to that point. Should just be just a few seconds.
I tried to time it till 6:15.
You did good, sir.
I tried.
All right, so we are now to public hearing, and this is item 17.1, public hearing for instructional materials adoption for secondary science and career in technical education, reproductive health, and disease education, presented by Tammy Ellis, science specialist, curriculum and instruction, and recommended by the superintendent for approval. Is there anybody here from the public that would like to address item 17.1? Hearing and seeing none, I need a motion to approve item 17.1.
I move it.
Ms. Ivanchek makes the motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Second, Ms. Garner. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. 17.2, public hearing for adoption of revised School Board Policy 02-11, school internal funds, presented by Julie A. Perry, interim Chief Financial Officer, Budgeting Director, and recommended by the Superintendent for approval. Is there anybody here from the public that would like to address item 17.2? Hearing and seeing none, I need a motion to approve.
Move it.
Dr. White makes a motion. Do I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second, Ms. Ivanchek. Any other discussion? Hear none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 4-0. So now we are back up to section 15, and this is board members' announcements and requests for information. And before we go around the room, as the chair, I feel it is necessary for me to wish Ms. Ivanchek, our board member here, a happy birthday. And there you go.
Thank you very much.
This is why you see the flowers
No
and all
place
under.
I'd rather be on my birthday night than at our school board. Thank you, appreciate it.
And I will tell you had some friends out in the community that thought really highly of you, and they asked if they could put these out here for you
Well,
today.
I
so
really do
there
appreciate it.
go.
Thank you very much. yeah.
And because you're the birthday girl, we're going to start with you today.
Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's been a great day, and it's terrific. I want to do a shout out to the Baker volleyball team. They are the District 1A champions for the 19th consecutive year. I'll tell you, one thing about my Baker folks, they are consistent without winning. So congratulations to them and good luck into the regionals. Also, their band went up to Bruton, Alabama over the weekend. This was, after the game and everything, they went up there and got straight superiors in every item. So congratulations to Mr. Campbell and the band. So good things happening at Baker as always. So thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Ms. Gardner?
Well, just again to wish Miss Ivanchek a happy birthday, and she is a very dedicated board member.
Thank you.
But I
Thank
do
you,
know
Susan.
that right after this, her husband's taking her to a very nice dinner.
Yep.
So I'm keeping my comments short, so you can enjoy that dinner, but happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Ms. Gardner. Dr. White?
Yes, same thing, Ms. Vanchek. Happy birthday, and I'll pass that
Well,
down
isn't
to
that
you.
kind? Thank you so much.
And
So,
I know you'll. I know
Who do
you'll-
to whom do I owe this?
Not me. I didn't do that.
How's that?
Does the horn work?
Yeah, horn works.
It works. So I need this. Thank you.
But that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Dr. White. And I, too, would like to congratulate the Crestview Big Red Machine. They also scored straight superiors. And if y'all are wondering what the hat is up here for, this is for Shoal River Middle School. They are the middle school football champions for this year, and they played a great game against a great Ruckle team. It ended up being 8-0. It was just exciting to be out at the field the other night to see it. But congratulations to Ryan Gillis, who's the coach of the team, Craig Miller, who's the principal, and to all of the players at Shoal River Middle School. Great season. And with that, we'll move down to section 16, public comment, and this is the 2-minute version of public comment. Any members of the public desiring to address the school board, Forum MIS 5241, public input and/or discussion of agenda items. And I do not have any other blue cards tonight. And with that, this meeting is adjourned.
All right, that was quick.